Good morning, Emdad. Let's do this now.
Good morning.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Good morning, Emdad. How are you doing
Good
today?
morning. I'm well, thank you. The sun is shining, and so are we.
Absolutely. So let's give us some energies midday today. So let's get into your energy mood, which you are expert with. So tell me a little bit about you and what is your line of business?
So, really, my line of business, it's two lines that have now converged. So, the first line is basically my background. My background is in design, and I've spent 20 years of my life in the world of user simplicity, which is trying to make the world around us easier for us humans to use. So, I've worked with designing, redesigning websites, a lot of big companies, multinational companies, pharmaceuticals. I've worked all over the world trying to make sure that they don't focus just on their businesses, on what they want to deliver to their users and their customers. My job is to actually be the voice of the customer and make sure that what they're saying or what they're selling or what they're trying to get customers to do is in line with actually what customers want to do, what they want to buy, and who they want to do business with. So that's the world of user simplicity. I've been doing that for 20 years of my life. I would consider myself one of the best user-centered designers in the world. I've written a book about it. I teach, I lecture on it. I also am a judge. I'm a head judge at the UK Customer Experience Awards. I have been for the last 7 years. Just recently, I was a judge at the Golf Customer Experience Awards. So that's really my job, making sure that the world is simpler for humans to do, because it's so easy. As you know, you speak to a lot of business people. They really focus on what they want to tell customers or what they want to sell to customers. But
Yeah,
there's
this
a
is,
really, go ahead.
yeah. No, please, sorry.
Between the end of one line, there's a really beautiful line in our world, which is not what you say, it's what they hear. We're so focused on what we want to say, but we forget about the people who are listening, because what they hear is almost always very different to what you say. And my job is really to bridge that gap.
I love it. Yeah, because this is a world of noise, as you said, where everybody's now out there. There are so many ways and channels and avenues where we can stream our voices. But sometimes I question myself, if we're everybody speaking, who is really listening? That's the point. So we need to, and the world has become, in a way, trying to simplify our life, but actually we're getting more complicated. And yeah, that's why I'm very keen to know more about your 35-minute session and why you're here today. So I would like to introduce a little bit more for who doesn't know me and doesn't know you, why we are here. We are here because we are celebrating the fourth edition of Wow Women Festival, which is Walk the Talk Festival, and we launched last Monday. And I really wanted to have Emdad on board because he's launching a very interesting course. He's targeting women as well as men, but the bottom line is the energy. And because with Wow Festival this year, the theme is I am authentic. I really think that for women that they want to explore themselves from a marketing point of view, be aligned with the target audience, sometimes we lose the connection with ourselves. And fitness, being in good shape, is not just a vanity element, is a way how you can have more confidence and be more authentic. That means that you feel comfortable with who you really are. But shape, something that we are going to discuss a little bit later, it doesn't really also mean we are fantastically in shape, but it's the shape that suits you and you are comfortable with. So I'm really excited about having you, Emdad, today, because as I was saying, your program is something which is very promising, and we look forward to knowing more and how you can help us to making, shaping us up in 35 minutes per week.
Yeah, amazing. And this is my mission now. So as I mentioned, one of my lines on my graph is that world of design, creativity, and user simplicity. But the other line, which was under the current, has now crossed that line of creativity and user simplicity. Now, what do I mean by that? I've spent since I was 14 years old trying to get a confidence boosting, strong, muscular physique because of a bullying incident I had when I was younger. Now, for years and years and decades, I tried getting that body, but I wasn't able to achieve it because I'm of the body type, which isn't like those body types maybe you see on Instagram, on YouTube, you see on the magazines, all perfectly symmetrical, shapes in the right places, bumps in the right, in the right order. I'm of that body type where it's difficult to get a confidence boosting body. And I grew up really skinny, really tall, and I was a target for bullies. But I had a mountain biking accident a good few years back. And that mountain biking accident forced me, because I got injured from that accident, to rethink how I was training. And that led me onto this revolutionary new system where instead of what I was doing before, training 3 days a week, trying to develop that muscular physique, through my own research and experimentation, I found that a single 35-minute session per week. Yes, you have heard week. Every time I tell people, what, 1 week? You mean 1 35-minute a day? I said, no, 1 35-minute session per week is better than traditional 3 to 5 day training programs. And it gets better results. It fits into our hectic lifestyle. And really importantly, so we're talking about energy. We have so many pulls on our energy. We're eating food that's bringing us energy. We have different things. The world is so hectic around us, as you mentioned, so much noise, and everything is trying to pull our energy away from us. But imagine if the food you're eating and the energy you're absorbing actually creates more energy. And that's what this single 35-minute session a week does to you, because you get your body shaping up, you feel energetic, you feel stronger. And so you are actually a radiator of energy. Rather than being sapping energy, you start to radiate energy and you feel confidence in your own skin, which means whatever you do, whoever you see, whatever you say radiates with that same energy. You become a furnace of fire without having, a training, having to go to the gym every day, which is so difficult when you're a busy person. For example, me, extremely busy. I've got work, I've got life, I've got a wife, I've got 3 young kids. How are we expected to train 3 to 5 days a week? And I've come up with something where you don't need to train 3 to 5 days a week, once a week, in the comfort of your own home, and you radiate with so much energy without having, I know you're Italian, I don't have any caffeine, I don't have any espresso, nothing whatsoever. The energy really comes from within.
Brilliant. Yeah, and I want to know more about it with the details. But before we are going that further down, the thing that while I will listen to you, which is something that I totally agree with, the fact that is 35 minutes a week is ideal for people that are busy with work and everything. But what is the conventional belief instead in your industry to work hard, at least 3 times a week for 1 hour, sometimes 45 minutes at least? So what is helping also the organs to boost and work properly, or is just people interested in the shape? So I would like to understand, and also for people to understand how it works, the benefits for them.
Super. So this notion of getting fit, I need to get into shape, I need to get fit, it has so many different things in that box. Getting fit means eating healthy. Getting fit means having high stamina. Getting fit means being strong. Getting fit means having muscles. Getting fit means so many different things. And this is how I've merged my world of user simplicity with the world of fitness. I've actually separated all those things and said, hold on a second. Getting fit has all these different things, Let's compartmentalize those, and let's approach them one step at a time. So with my system, I don't tell people to eat broccoli and quinoa from day one. I say, no, let's focus on step number one. Let's build muscle. And building muscle for men and women is fundamentally important after you hit the age of 30 years old. Now, why is that? Because when you're in your 30s, your muscle actually starts to degrade and break down. And it starts to happen at a more accelerated rate. As you get into your 40s, 50s, the muscle breakdown gets really accelerated, such that, if you speak to more older people, they find simple daily tasks really difficult because that muscle is breaking down. Now, at the same time the muscle is breaking down, your bones are also degrading. The beautiful thing about resistance training and building muscle, it actually reverses that. So I believe that resistance training and muscle building is more important when you're older than when you're younger. Now, I know all you see on Instagram and YouTube, and you go to the gym, you see all young guys, because obviously they want to look beautiful, they want to attract, the opposite sex and all this sort of stuff. But as you get older, it's actually more important because your muscles are breaking down. But the conundrum is, as you get older, you also get more busier. So how do you manage that? And that's where I come in with my 135 system. So I start with, let's focus on building muscle. Once you learn how to build muscle and adapt that to your lifestyle, I don't tell you to adapt to my lifestyle, which is a big problem I see out there in the fitness industry with PTs and fitness gurus. They tell you to adapt to their lifestyle. No, let's make a plan that adapts to your lifestyle. So that's what I focus on first, building muscle. Then after you've learned how to build muscle, you're growing muscle, you know how to do it, you then focus on dropping fat. Let's now add another component onto that, which is dropping fat. Then after you've learned how to drop fat through my simple system, really simple meal plan, really simple fat loss activities, then it's focused on getting strong, which is another component, and they're all separate. Once we've built muscle, we're getting trim, we can see our body shaping up. Let's focus on getting strong so that we can have the strength in ourselves, so that we can, irradiate that strength in our day. Once we work on getting strong, it's getting fit. Once you get fit, let's work on getting healthy. Now, normally that getting healthy, people put right at the beginning, which is actually the most difficult. Getting healthy, eating healthy is the most difficult. Once you've got the mental strength, the physical strength, you will find getting healthy something you can do easily and that you can continue for the rest of your life. And that's why I say in my program, it's getting to the shape of your life for life. I want a program that you don't yo-yo in and out of shape. You get into shape and you stay into shape for the rest of your life.
Brilliant. No, you are talking about the lifestyle. I totally agree. For example, I'm traveling between Italy, UK. Italy, I go to Naples, where is my hometown, Milan. And, I remember last year, I joined this club for fitness. And that was reasonable, price. I said, for the time that I'm being here, even as an early yearly fee, it's okay. It's a way how I can, get out of my routine at work, so I can meet people and I can have my workout. And they started, I'm not very competitive. I am competitive in my own way, but, for these kind of things, I'm not interested. But they launched the challenge for 1 week. If you were able to do at least 3-4 times in a week, you were winning a T-shirt. I was not addicted to the T-shirt. It was not even an amazing T-shirt. But I said, you know what? Let me do it. I went there for 8 days in a row. I went there every day. I was excited, the trend, the difference. So I spent 2 hours, which for me is something, amazing, because it never happens to me to be in the gym for 1 hour. Imagine every day for 8 days, 2 hours and a half. It was a big deal. So, but after that, Anyway, I was having it for 2-3 days maximum. I was enjoying it, but then I had to travel back to UK. So different food,
Yeah.
different. I don't enjoy going to the gym because there is something that is not attracting me. I don't know if it's me or if it's the gym itself. I enjoy finding, I like sports. I like to have a goal. To me, playing a sport is a goal. You win or you have a good time. There is something, is an objective. For me, the gym, going to push weights is not really an objective, and sometimes make me think even more than I should do. So the point I want to make here is that, okay, there was the excitement starting the program, and my routine has changed completely after 3 weeks coming back to London, and I couldn't do any course that is giving me excitement and everything. So from that boost, me working out, I was doing completely zero, and I'm not doing anything since September. And I know I do my work. Thank God, at least I'm doing that. During the weekend, I work 1.5 hours, Saturday 1 hour, on the Sunday. That is helping me to refocus. But I know it's not enough, especially now in the middle age. For a woman, that is a lot of change. So, and also for the woman, and we are here now talking to women, is really challenging. Go to the gym or do an activity, especially if you are a woman that has got a family, children to look after, a business that you want to grow. How can then this program helping? So it's like a backpack I bring with me, and is helping me to follow my lifestyle. In the meantime, having healthy life and fit life. So what is the message for the women in order that they are not scared to embark sometimes? Because, doing a fitness journey could be something very big for someone. Is very, you need to swift the mindset and everything. So how can this program help these women to take this backpack and actually act on it?
Fantastic. That's a fantastic question. And your story is actually what I feel was so many people's story. I think that's the majority story of most people, that we have a lot of energy at a point in time. I need to fix this. I can't continue like this. I want to change. But the method of change that we're giving is the gym. Now, I see the gym as a broken model. Like what you mentioned, if you go to the gym, you see some really buff guys, buff girls, they know what they're doing, they're sweating, they've got beautiful bodies. But then you get people, like I've been going to the gym for 30 years, right? You get people come in, they want to do it. They want to look like these people. But the problem is that they don't know how to actually do that. Those people that they see, they probably don't have much responsibilities. And so you see them there for a week, 2 weeks. They feel out of place. They feel that other people are looking at them. They don't know what they're doing. What is this person doing on the gym? So and so and so and so. And then, like you mentioned, your story is so typical. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they stop going to the gym. I've come to try and solve that problem, because I see gyms as a broken, the model of a gym is a broken model. I'll give you a story of me. Last summer, I was traveling for a whole month. I went to 2 different continents, 4 different cities, and 6 different hotels in the space of a month. I was teaching companies customer experience. I was going to different companies, different countries, and different cities, in and out of hotels. In all that time, I never missed a training session, because the beauty of my training, as mentioned, is only once a week for 35 minutes. Anyone, no matter how busy you are, can achieve that. Secondly, my equipment, I took it with me. The same equipment that I use at home to train, I took it with me in my luggage. You get bands. So my system is based around my custom design bands. So my bands are custom. You can't get them anywhere else in the world. I've got design registrations on them in the UK, EU, US, almost finished now with that, and China. And I've got my own custom equipment. That enabled me to train in the hotel room. I was training in my hotel room once a week for 35 minutes. When I come home, I continue training. So the time you need to train is very short. The equipment is mobile equipment. It fits into your bag. I've trained in the park. I've trained clients in the park. One time I remember I took my son to football. Whilst he was doing football, I was training. It's so flexible, so amenable, and it's something you can do for the rest of your life. You don't only do it when you're full of energy. And the beautiful thing about it is that energy, that energy you had at the beginning of that, 8 days, what happens is that in my system, that energy increases. In other ones, it sort of decreases. I run out of energy, things get busy. I got a meeting I need to go to. I'm a bit tired today, so I can't make it. In my system, your energy actually increases, and we measure that. We've got a journal where you're measuring your output, and you're measuring your fat loss, you're measuring your weight. Everything gets measured because I come from that design world with a lot of measurements. I brought it over to the fitness world, and you can see it on a graph. You can see on a graph that you're improving week after week. So that gives you more energy. People telling you, wow, you're looking amazing. How do you do that? All of this, rather than sap your energy, it increases your energy. And you just feel, it's difficult to explain, but you feel everyone that speaks to you gets energy from you, rather than other people taking energy away from you.
Yeah, no, because I think also for the struggle of women in business, and generally speaking, all women, is that at a point when we are in the perimenopause or menopause phase of our life, the body's changing, the energy, the moods are completely changing, and this is literally a shock for our body. Yesterday I had a conversation with a woman. She is in the middle 40s, and she said that she's taking the hormones now. I said, are you serious? Someone told me to avoid that. She said, Marianna, I know that, but I couldn't sleep. I was depressed. I thought I was completely depressed. Moods, changing moods. One day I want to cry, the next day I was laughing. I said, am I bipolar or what? So and that is very much underestimated, how this can affect the performance of women, that especially in the middle age, basically when you start having the results of your business, because maybe we're talking about our generation, we started slightly later starting a business, but there are, thank God, nowadays there are youngsters that start their business life at 30, 32, 35, but women still a little bit later, 35, 38. So when you reach the peak around your 45, actually is when it looks like you are declining from your performance, physical performance point of view, and that is really annoying for the woman. Actually, sometimes devastating, because you said, I'm not performing. I'm running a business. I need to have the energy. I need to have the clarity. I need to bring together the team. I need to speak, on social media if I need to engage with those. I need to be in the public speaking. I need to have all the conversation with the big players. Where do I take this energy? And you think everybody can see that you are falling apart. So is your program also helping the people that you are training through the program, a mindset that is helping them also to get over those barriers, to approach this embarkment on the fitness journey?
Absolutely. So I'm not going to confess that I am an expert on the issues that you mentioned regarding specifically women. But what I can say is that I've designed my system to be adaptable. One of the things I always say to people is that life is not linear. The problem with all these processes and systems out there is they try and make you fit into their view of how things should be done. But life isn't linear. After now, I switch off the camera view. I've got something planned to go out with my wife, but anything can happen. We have to be as adaptable as life is adaptable. We have to be as flexible as life is flexible. So as you mentioned, all those problems that you face in the middle age of your life, the biological, chemical changes that is happening inside. When you now are told to, in order to get into shape and have strong bodies and what have you, you need to fit into a rigid program that is not going to work for anyone. So I've designed my program to be flexible. The training is only once a week for 35 minutes. Sometimes, for example, I've had to take my daughter to school, for example. So it's a 35-minute, but I thought, okay, let me do the 7 exercises in each 35 minutes. Let me do 4 now, take my daughter to school, come back and do the other 3. We have to be flexible like that. And we have to have a program that is flexible like our life is flexible. Now, in regards to the mental strength, that is the biggest achievement or the biggest result from my training program is actually mental strength. And I teach that. Now, why is that? Because my training, you are taking your body to a place where I feel that you've never taken your body before. Your body is going to go places that it's just never been before. Now, your body, your brain, what your brain does, it acts as a safety mechanism to protect you from harm. That's one of the fundamental elements of what our brain does, is to protect us from harm. So, for example, if I was to throw this at your, towards the screen, the knee-jerk reaction is you do this. That's a brain reaction to protect you and your vital organs, you're protecting your heart, your lungs, your brain from harm. Now, when you're doing this training, it's progressive, but you go to a place where you're taking your body to a place where it's never been before. Now, your brain is trying to stop you. Your brain is trying to protect you, remember, but your mind and your soul is saying, no, I want to go there. So the amount of mental strength, I find it difficult to explain. The amount of mental strength you get from this training is so immense. I'll give you an example. I'm training my 16-year-old son. Now, my son has got ADHD, so hyperactive, very intelligent, but he just always needs something, doing something, breaking something. He just can't sit still. So when he's at school, he's always caused problems. Some classes is amazing. When he's engaged, his brain is activated. Teachers say, he's a fantastic student. Other classes, he's always trouble, kick him out of the class, blah, 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 blah. I started training him, let's say, I think it's been about 9 months. 9 months of training my son. He's, as I mentioned, 16 years old. And all of a sudden in school, there's a change. He's got focus. His exams, his GCSE exams are coming up. I just went to his parents' evening 2 days ago. Every parents' evening, I leave so angry, so frustrated. Why is my son, everyone saying this, blah, blah, blah. And I just get really upset. This parents' evening, it was complete opposite. The teachers say, well, you're doing fantastic well, Emdad, keep going. You've got this, you can do really well. He's the head of year saying he's laughing at him. He goes, it took us 4 years to get here, but you're now here. Yeah. I'm asking myself, what changed in my son that he was able to focus? It was the mental strength. I think one of the things, not the main, maybe not the, maybe the main thing. I don't know. I don't want to ask him. I don't want to say to him. In the training, I taught him to be mentally strong, because he kept on giving up too soon. When he got that mental strength, he realized, I can do this. I've got this. I can dig deep and go that little bit further. I'm not joking. That really, I believe, translated into his studies. He felt, you know what? It is hard. And I keep on telling my kids, life is hard. But my soul is going to get me over this barrier.
Brilliant. Yeah. I also was thinking, when we talk about, now we are here for the theme of I am authentic, from a marketing point of view. When I was talking to you, I was saying that this term, from a marketing point of view, for the last 5 years, I didn't really enjoy it, because I have seen so many fakes way how to promote businesses, people faking being someone else instead of being themselves. So that's why I was not really happy with the term I am authentic. Generally speaking, when we talk about be authentic on your social media, yeah, this is fantastic, but how we can do it? Because there is the self-doubt, there's the fear to be attacked. Actually, for most of people, authenticity is vulnerability, because it means you are showing your true self. And when you show your true self, you feel that you are can be easily attacked or harmed. But The point is that to me, actually, is the right time that we need to regain the authentic meaning of being authentic. What I mean by that is find out the conversation. What is the beauty of us is everybody is different. So, and that means there is space for everybody, because if there is two people same, there is no space, one or the other. So there is always a fit for someone else. And that is the beauty of being authentic. It's not easy to be authentic, but that is really not your vulnerability. When you are aware of yourself, even you're embracing your flaws, that is your superpower. That is what makes you actually stand out. And the message we want to get across here is that authenticity is a way of living, is the way how you are loyal to yourself and you're attracting the right people. The challenge is instead, because we might choose to be authentic in our own life, but when we have to show up from a marketing point of view, we're talking about here, our audience are entrepreneurs, they are professionals, that they use their image to talk to their audiences. And if they are pretending to be something else, not saying someone else, but even something else, that is basically wasting their sustainability. Because if you are not aligned with yourself, means that you can't carry on pretending to be someone else, because at a point you collapse. Second, there is no energy anymore. Secondly, you're attracting the wrong people. So the people that are aligned for you for different things. The point here I want to make is the fact that, because we're talking about authenticity, the way how we show up on social media, which is taking us sometimes, I can't say 30%, almost 30% of our time during a week in order to get out content and stuff. But when it comes to a shape, especially for a woman, the reason why we are having this conversation with the I am authentic is for women to try to find out that beauty, their authenticity can come across despite this self-belief or someone else's judgment. But the fear, what is stopping women to show up, is actually they are not confident in their body. They think that you are ready to show up when you have a good makeup, you have good hair, you have a good shape. And that is not really the way we want to do the marketing when it's authentic. So what is the barrier when it comes to you, especially women, to share what is their frustration that you need to deal with in order to help them to show up for who they really are?
Yeah, fantastic. Now, the way I see it is that women are much more judged around their external as they are in their internal. It's just the way the world is, I guess. And women do have a lot more effect on what people perceive on them in terms of how they look, how their shape is, than men. Men can get by, not looking that great, but people will consider him an amazing person, and so on, so on, so on. So for women, people judge them differently. Now, what I preach is that love the body you're in, whatever that may be. I'm not here to tell you what body shape to get, but I want you to love the body you're in, because what happens then is that you're in love with who you are. Okay, that then gives you that's the external, but it really drives your internal, and that's the core. It's not that the external is more important than the internal. No, your external shelf actually drives your internal wealth. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I always say that your body is your business card to the world. Now, what do I mean by that? Because it talks to people even before you talk to them. I come from the world of, user-centered design is applied psychology. We look a lot around how human beings interact with the world. And what we know is that human beings make judgments of others within the first second. If I meet someone new, it's human nature to judge them within the first second. And then what we do is we actually apply that to websites, to companies, to products. We take that judgment because we're designed for human beings. The fundamental of who we are is designed to interact with human beings. So when I see someone new, it's not, you can say, oh, is that the right thing to do? Is that the wrong thing to do? It's human nature. I'm going to judge you by what I see. Now imagine if you bring your best self, best looking self, what you love, those judgments instantly are going to be better. And as they say, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So make that first impression amazing, especially in business. Especially in business. Every interaction you have with someone in business needs to be a positive interaction. And use everything, all the tools that you can to make that positive. So that's one thing. The another thing I was going to mention around that issue of positivity is that when you have that self-confidence, self-belief, you will find that the difficulties in your life, in your business, and that authenticity becomes easier. Now, I'll give you an example. I'm a freelancer. So I've been freelancing for 12 years. I've worked in so many different companies. Sometimes, in 1 year, I might work in 4 or 5 different companies. And what I see is a complete lack of authenticity. So I don't know if your clients are either professionals in a large organization, or they have their own businesses. I see it from twofold. When I'm in an organization, a large organization, now I've worked in massive organizations. Like I've worked in governments, local governments, international governments. I've worked in pharmaceutical companies, multinational pharmaceutical companies. The employees of that company, they're scared to be authentic. Because if I'm authentic, my job is at risk. Because my line up that career ladder is the person on top of me, right? I need to be authentic to him, not to myself. Does that make sense? Or like I mentioned to you, I said him by default, but it could be her. I need to be authentic to that person. I need that person to like me. That's not being authentic to myself. I've approached it from a different angle. I said, I'm going to believe in something. I believe in something and I'm going to be true to something. Now, sometimes that has got me in trouble with the person above me. The person above me has got rid of me because he sees and it's always been a me. I say that because I say he because it's always been me. He sees me as a threat. It gets me out. That's always happened. But you know what? I was authentic to what I believe in. But that same authenticity in other organizations, believe me, they've got rid of everyone else but me. Because they said, this guy believes in something.
Yeah.
He's true to what. It's not only that I believe in something, I believe in it because it's true
to you.
And I've had other people, like now I'm like a mentor when I go into companies. The other people, they want to learn from me, give me advice. And I'm not joking. I've been in companies that got rid of everyone in my division apart from me, because this guy will make us money. Because what he says, he believes in, and he believes in it because it's true.
Brilliant. Thank you for this, for sharing this, because it is very difficult. That's why I'm saying authenticity is something from a marketing point of view looks easy. There's something that, but what it means in real life is completely different. So that's why we call the real social challenge. It could be social media, but even social in our day-to-day world. And thank you very much for sharing your experience. So in order to wrap up, so I have in the comment box down here in the description of our event the link to your course. So tell us a little bit more what was happening, and what is in the lineup for you, because you already launched last week, haven't you?
Exactly. Yeah. So I've just launched, fresh off the press. So what I have is a free online live webinar. So what I'm doing is teaching around my system, why it works so well. You know, the biggest shock I get every time I tell someone 135 minute a week, they're like, yeah, 135 minute a day. And I'm like, as I mentioned, no, it's a week. How on earth can you get into the shape of your life training once a week for 35 minutes? So at my live webinar, absolutely free of charge, come to it, please. Come and take notes and learn from me. Find out how the system works. So when you find out how the system works, hopefully you can take those learnings and apply it to your life. Now, why have I made it free? Because maybe at the end of the webinar, I will also give you an opportunity to work with me, and so that I can work and train you, so that I can apply that system to you. But maybe you're happy with what you've learned at the webinar and you want to go and try and apply those things and those principles that I've taught you to your own life without any help. Absolutely fine. So it's the live webinar. Come to my website, register for the webinar. It happens at the moment, every Saturday. Not the Saturday coming, because I'm busy this Saturday, but the Saturday after at 9:30. I'm also going to bring in a midweek session. So keep on touch with my website. I'm going to try and have a midweek session and a weekend session where you can find out how on earth you can get into the shape of your life training only once a week for 35 minutes. And I really look forward to seeing you there. Come and learn and interact with me. So it's a live session. You can ask questions and I'm happy to answer your questions as long as I obviously can do it within the time.
Yeah, I'm lining up for the next one because I missed the last week, unfortunately, but I look forward to next one. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Marianna, for having me.
Inspiring, honest, and your energy is getting across, and your beauty from inside out really comes through, the beauty of your soul. Thank you for supporting the women, and definitely something that can help us really to shape up, our confidence, being healthy, fit, in order to carry out what is our mission, doing something for the world with our work and in our business. So thank you very much. And
thank you for having me, Marianna. And I hope people have benefited from what I've said.
Yeah, definitely. All right. For everybody is following the live, as I said here in the description, you can find the details to join. But go fast, because how long you're going to run this free webinar? Only a few weeks?
No, so I'll be doing it every week. So as I said, this Saturday I won't be doing it, but the Saturday after, indefinitely. I have no plans at present to stop it. So it's it's free of charge. I'm giving you 50 years of experience. 30 years of experience trying to develop my body, 20 years of experience in the world of user simplicity combined together into this amazing system. So it's nothing to lose whatsoever. Please come by and take notes, learn, and do whatever you want with it. I would love to give to the world as the world is given to me.
This is amazing. Thank you very much, Emdad, and I'll see you around soon. You take care.
Thank you. Take care.
Ciao. Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.